and blew you guys out the water? We could have did that. So it's like, let's not cop please, guys. We deserve to be here. There is nothing wrong with exciting yourself about what we have and what we can bring to this game. We just had a fantastic showing last week. We're 4-0 against Big Ten teams. So where is this? Don't give them no more bulletin board material. What do you mean? We got bulletin board material. We have never beat them. That's bulletin board material. You're in the national championship. That's bulletin board material. What do you mean? Don't say Will Howard's not good. He's not. I'm not. Me saying he's not good don't mean he's going to go out there to throw 400 yards. He got to go do it. I don't think he can do it. Why are we upset that we're confident in ourselves? Why are we upset? This is the end of the road. We have been confident this whole point. Now you want to say Ohio State? Please don't wake the beast. What beast? We're the beast. We are the beast. Wake us up. Y'all should be rallying behind me. Will Howard's trash. Yes. Ryan Day is born on third base. Yes. They had to get $20 million to get here. Yes. And all the money they got to get to this point, they got to divide it up and chop it up 15 different ways. Yes, that's true. Yes, Marcus Freeman is doing something that hasn't been done before. That's true. Yes, they got good receivers, but we got the best corners. That's true. Yes, we're in a better position defensively, offensively than the last showing versus Ohio State. That's true. It's okay. We got Charles Jagusah starting at left tackle. That's true. That's true. What do you mean? Lou Holtz got to be talking this stuff. And y'all talking about please don't have these Ohio State fans get on us and say they're going to beat us. And Ohio State fans don't even have logic in their arguments. They just like mad that we even saying anything. And y'all mad that I'm saying something. So it's like, come on now. Come on. We are not afraid of these guys. We're not. We're in the national championship. Forget Vegas, because Vegas had them winning by 20 plus against Michigan, and we saw what happened. So what is Vegas doing? What Vegas always does, they like to rake them in. Come on in. Yeah, the 10.5. Oh, yeah. Riley Leonard can't throw. Oh, yeah. Ohio State got so much more talent. Oh, yeah. Put the money on them. Put it on them. We have the style for the fight this year. It is what it is. We've been confusing quarterbacks better than Will Howard all season. All season. It's not just going to suddenly not happen or not have a fight or stand in. Like, who do we think we're going against? Jeremiah Smith was 1 reception for 3 yards. Now y'all telling me that somehow he's going to have 12 receptions for 220 in just the next week? And we just not going to do anything about it? Come on. Yes, we have concerns. They get to running the ball crazy like Penn State did, and they start throwing it all over the field with the receivers. Obviously, we'll lose the game. But that's the beautiful part about the game. We got to go play. We got to go play. We have injuries. They're pretty healthy. And we still like the matchup. Because all season, we've been banged up. We didn't just get banged up going into this game. We've been banged up all season. We've said that the difference between 2015 and this team is that injuries didn't decimate us. Injuries decimated us 2015. So when we played Ohio State, it was like, who are you playing against? We've played 1A, 1B football all season. All season. This ain't Young's first experience. Kenny Urlacher's been in there if he needs to get in there. Hell, Talent got a pick 6 and a big punt return tackle. He don't even play that much. Don Schuler stepped up. Xavier Watson's still there. RJ Oben woke up. Guys are playing football. The linebackers are young, but they fly around. We ain't going to see another great tight end like last week. That was a monster. Arguably, he probably the best player on the field at that time. They don't got that. I mean, they got Jeremiah Smith, but I mean, that tight end, it was just way more just a problem. The running backs, I think that it's another tough running back week. Not as tough as Penn State, because Penn State committed to the run. They had 40+ runs. We know Ohio State's not going to do that. And if they do, then kudos to them, because they would have surprised the entire world. So that means they're going to throw the football. They're going to come out, in my opinion, they're going to come out throwing the football to be like, oh, you guys are little pearls, you can't. And that's what I want. I want them to think Will Howard is Tom Brady. I want them to think that. Because then we can rely on the best part of our defense the whole year. And it's been our secondary. If any other game, we have to depend on our secondary to win the game, we've seen them do it. We've seen them do it. We've seen them play big all year. So, yes, this is the greatest receiver test collectively we've gone against, but not the greatest quarterback. He ain't Tyler Shough. On top of the fact that why would we not want this challenge? Why would we not want to see Leonard Moore go man-to-man? I'm tired of hearing these crazy Ohio State fans being like, y'all better not play as man-to-man. We've been playing man-to-man all year. We are not afraid of man-to-man. What do you mean? Obviously, we're not going to 100% play, but we're not going to act like we're not going to play man. Come on now. Y'all say, oh, that's the death sentence right there. Y'all play man, it's over with. How y'all got Will Howard? Y'all got Will Howard. Y'all got Will Howard. Come on. Y'all don't got Aaron Rodgers. Anybody, Deshaun Watson, who's throwing for 500 yards and 2 Alabama championship. You don't got that. You got Will Howard, who, in fact, which SHAUN can confirm, Will Howard wasn't even Ohio State's first choice. Will Howard was not Ohio State's first choice out of the portal. And the guy y'all keep clowning, guess what? He might have been before Will. Ohio State might have, in their own coach's office, they draft board, their transfer guy, Riley was like 3. Where was our guy? Where was Leonard? Where was Riley Leonard on Ohio State's board? Ask people. People ask that. Because y'all love to say, oh, you guys can't throw, da-da-da. But Ohio State wanted him. Ohio State wanted him. So wait a minute. You telling me you got a consolation prize and y'all trying to boost that? Wait a minute. This ain't Pee-wee soccer where everybody gets a prize. This is about winning and losing. And in the recruiting battle for quarterbacks, we won. We won the guy you wanted. As a consolation, as a you go to the carnival games and you try to win the big prize. Y'all didn't get the big prize because that's what y'all thought it was. Y'all got the little goldfish in the bag, and y'all trying to tell me the goldfish in the bag is better than the big prize? It just shows you that Ohio State surrounded the third place, the consolation prize, with their resources. But it's still a Fiat engine. They just took all the doors off. They put butterfly doors on it and put the nice neon lights and the exhaust pipes and tinted it, and it's still a souped up Fiat. The engine's still a Fiat. At least with us. We actually matured Riley Leonard. He actually saw development. We didn't shroud him with, oh, you don't have to do anything. Just take these number 1 receivers and these best running backs and this great O-line and this conference that we dominate every year, and you just get better. How do you get better in that? Well, at least Riley got better. Will Howard's not doing anything that 30 quarterbacks in college football can't do. 30! Put 30 quarterbacks in Will Howard's situation, and Ohio State is probably in the same place. Probably better because they would have beat Michigan. And you telling me this kid is somehow going to have 300+ yards and 3 touchdowns? How? And if he does, then then I have nothing to say. I will go over there and shake everybody and be like, he showed me something I didn't even think was in him. Not the potential. I don't even think it's in him. Not against this defense. We have a really good It's hard to play the quarterback position. So I'm not speaking as if this is something that is easy to do. It's very hard. But we cannot act like.
I will say Will Howard was on Notre Dame's radar as well.
And that's fine. We made a decision. They made a decision. We like what we did, and they like what they did. But we're not going to act like.
I know Riley was first, though. He was before Will Howard. That's all I'm saying. There was a couple of quarterbacks before Will Howard. From what
there's a couple of choices the own staff was making before Will Howard. Will Howard is a consolation.
Which goes to your point. We could take it. It really didn't matter. We got so much talent.
It don't matter.
Riley, Leonard, Will Howard. We're going to be a dominant offense.
We're going to be a regardless. And that's what 20 million pays for. Congratulations. That's exactly what you got, what your money's worth. But when you're talking about moments that make teams special in championship games, you don't have the players in position to do it. Don't let us win. Because then I want to talk about all the injuries and all the things we took that gets undermined and underrated that we went through to get here because of how we dominated the whole year, which is the clear distinction between this year and 2015. Injuries were noticeable by the end of the year. Oh, damn, they don't have this guy. They don't have this guy. This guy got hurt. That's a big impact. This kid's not quite ready, but he'll be there. Whatever. This year, we got injuries and be like, damn, Ben Morrison was out. When did he first get out? Because we didn't lose production. In fact, him being out elevated a kid who probably didn't think he was ready until he got the shot. We found out how good our recruiting really is. So through the season, we found out, oh, we built something that is different. We built something that buffers an injury decimated roster, something Brian Kelly could never do. That's the difference between Brian Kelly and Marcus Freeman. Because we'll talk about Crying Belly and his cap, talking about, oh, these are my guys on both sides of the ball, and so of course I'm excited. Wait a minute, wait, hold on. Your guys on both sides of the ball. Well, we'll talk about that. But the difference is Marcus Freeman was able to buffer a roster under the circumstances and conditions that he has to build a roster, and was able to withstand a longer season than any other coach, having injuries, having a couple transfers and positions that we probably need, and then to rebound. And before we even played a championship game, we got 5 more recruits. Like, what? How is he everywhere? You know, they talk about God being omnipresent. Marcus Freeman is omnipresent in this program. He's everywhere. You shoot movie skits.
I got time today, love. I got time today.
Come on now.
Usually I leave the chat alone, but I got time today. I guess this dude is like an Ohio State fan, right? Y'all think stuff's sweet, and y'all gonna find out this ain't the same team that played last year.
We're not the same.
No, thank you, Lev. Our running backs are better. Our
DJ Brown.
Our O-line, even though we lost 2 tackles, is running for more yards and more yards per rush. We have deeper running backs. We go 3-4 deep.
3 or 4 deep.
Last year was once Aldridge left the field last year, it was a wrap.
It was a wrap.
Jeremiah Love had one of his best games last year as a freshman against Ohio State. See, people
with less than 10 carries.
Jeremiah Love, dude, he averaged like 7 yards per carry last year against Ohio State. You don't have a sit and duck at quarterback. Sam Hartman was a sit and duck.
He ran out of bounds on 4th and 1.
Third downs. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't escape. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't pass. Nothing. You had freshman wide receivers juking your DBs for touchdowns last year. Freshmen. What are we talking about, man? We're not talking greasy. We're just meeting the same energy that's coming from the other side.
And the other side is ridiculous argument.
What they expect Notre Dame fans just to bow down.
Yes,
like
that's
LeBron.
exactly
What did LeBron do with the lady? They expect us to be, oh my God, we're playing Ohio State. Stop. Shut up.
Shut up. What are you talking about?
It's football.
We gave y'all AB, so let's talk about that. We gave y'all Gene Smith. We gave him to you. You welcome for this successful run. You welcome for the successful run. We gave you Gene Smith. We gave you Urban Meyer.
I wonder who Gene Smith, now that he's retired, I wonder who he's rooting for. He's no longer an employee of Ohio State.
Yeah, he can be honest.
We should reach out to Gene, try to get him on.
Yeah, he set y'all up for greatness. A Notre Dame guy. We gave you Urban Meyer.
It's like, come on, man.
What you mean?
We're the same team. I pointed it out today. Respectfully. You see, Ohio State fans, they can't deal with respectful analysis.
That's it.
I said, Notre Dame was successful running the ball against Ohio State last year.
Yes.
They were successful. I said, no, Ohio State's going to counter with, whether they admit it or not, Caleb Downs makes a hell of a difference because he's basically an extra linebacker when they play nickel, and he's a great add to the box in the run game, which allows their linebackers to be very aggressive because they know Caleb Downs has their back. So their run defense has gotten better.
Yeah.
Their run defense has gotten better. Notre Dame's counter is our OC with the game on the line is not about to be calling quick screens. It's a different attitude with this Notre Dame offense. We have a quarterback that can make plays with his legs in the pass game, and he's an added threat in the run game. So who's getting the rock? You didn't have that against Texas.
No.
You didn't have that against Penn State.
They tried to pull out Archie on you. Archie for a couple plays.
What team has Ohio State played that had a true threat as a quarterback running the ball? Who? I'll wait. Who? Alex Orgy? My fault. That's the game y'all lost. My fault. Let me go choose.
He ain't even played.
Katie Warren?
Dylan Raiola?
They don't want to have balanced conversations.
Dylan Raiola almost beat y'all. He's fat Patrick Mahomes. Fat Patrick Mahomes in Nebraska.
Caleb Downs means the world. Who made the big play on the goal line? Caleb Downs. What did they do to stop Oregon's passing offense? They put Caleb Downs in the middle of the field, and he played robber all game. That stopped all the crossing routes. He's a difference maker. He is the difference, a huge difference. But the dudes that came back in the front four are the same dudes that got ran on last year. The same dudes.
They don't like the run consistently. These guys like to say, oh, you're in pass situations because we're up most of the time.
And that's what they keep saying. See, that's the counter. People have been hitting me up on X. If Ohio State jumps out early, y'all keep
that's what I'm saying.
If was the fifth, we all be drunk. Now y'all sound like y'all begging. Like, oh, we need Ohio State to jump out.
We need him to be up so Will doesn't have to have any pressure. So we can't have Will play. Yeah,
so we can take their run game away. Let me tell you something. If Ohio State goes up 10-zip, 14-zip, Notre Dame is still running the rock.
And not worried.
They're running the rock. They're not about to go away from the run.
No.
They're not about to do that.
Because they know, and Notre Dame offense and Denbrock is smart enough to know that no team is pulling away. So there's no reason to abandon the run and just go straight to pass because no matter what, they're not pulling away. You're not going to pull away 3-4 scores. So we have to just stay within ourselves and say, okay, the most they'll get is maybe a 10, 14-point lead, maybe. Okay, if we just keep running, they can't stop us. We'll score eventually and keep the game close before we take it over. So there's no pulling away. Even if you're up, you're not up enough. It's the Golden State Warriors. Is Golden State going to start shooting more threes if they're down? Probably. They're not going to stop shooting threes and try to drive to the bucket and get and ones. They're going to just shoot more threes. So, you have a 20-point lead at half can get minimized within the first 5 minutes of the next half. All they need to do is get hot. All Notre Dame needed to do is get hot. What we do second half of both Georgia and Penn State came out and ran the ball and said, you know what? You can't stop this. You can't be successful enough because we're watching your drives. Georgia had a 11-play, 90-yard drive. Penn State had a 75-yard, 7-play drive. Now, 15-play, 90-yard. That's good odds for us. We can live with that because you cannot do that all game. You think Will Howard is going to have 4 successful drives of 11 yards over 50? No. Because they're a chunk play offense.
Man, look.
Come on now.
Copy, please. So stop copping, please, Notre Dame fans. The players decide this. We don't decide it.
Yes.
They talking greasy. We can talk greasy too.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Because last I checked, Ryan Day ain't got a title, and Marcus Freeman ain't got a title.
That's last I checked.
Will Howard doesn't have a title. Riley Leonard doesn't have a title.
Riley
Leonard came from a 7-8 win program. Will Howard came from a 7-8 win program. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And neither one of them shaking Roger Goodell's hand and ankle. Neither one of them.
Neither one of them.
Neither one of them.
Neither one of them.
And both of them are having success because of the great. Neither one of them is pulling the wagon. Sounds like similar quarterbacks to me.
I mean, if anything.
It's Will Howard is just, he's.
Man. That's what I'm saying. What? Since when? Since when? When?
Yeah.
Y'all just want to get there.
I'm going to let Riley Leonard, you've been listening to the podcast, boy, or you've been listening. Because you stood up for left this week. You stood up for left. Despite the critiques, despite the prophecy put out by left early in the season, that's played out the way you said it would. You stuck up for left when you said this. You were asked about your motivation for the game. How you staying focused in your first national championship game, a big game like this, Riley? Because you learned your lesson. Because in the fall, before the season, you said, I've been in plenty of big games. Then you had to realize 2 to 3 weeks in, like, oh, wait a minute. This is different. Notre Dame is different. You learned your lesson. And I don't think you'll make that mistake again. I really don't.
Yeah.
But he was asked about that. Let's hear what the quarterback had to say.
Right now, nothing's changed from my schedule. Staying in the same place, go to practice, go to the football facility. Nothing really changes on as far as like my lifestyle and my daily schedule goes. So really, right now, there's no difference. I'm sure when we get to Atlanta, I'll have to do a good job of locking in and taking everything into consideration and just focusing on what's important. But right now, it's just like it's literally the same thing I've been doing the past 15 weeks. So it's not too bad, not too hard.
And Riley, you weren't a part of this game last year, but how has Coach Freeman sort of instituted the pain of that loss similar to kind of NIU this year?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really need to mention the Ohio State loss to give us any extra motivation because it's like the national championship. So like, if you're not motivated enough, like you're tripping. Like he doesn't really need to bring up their loss. I think they lost the past 2 years. He's playing it around the facility, so we understand the pain. But if you need any extra motivation for this game, there's something up with you.
Thank you, Riley. Thank you. Malik, stop giving them boy, man. Stop copping, please.
Stop copping, please.
I'm scared of these dudes. You win, you lose, you lose. You lose, you tip your cap to the other fan base. Period. Period. Ain't nothing I can say, nothing Malik can say, nothing anybody on Bucknuts or any other content creator for Ohio State, nothing that we say. Nothing is going to lead to the outcome on Monday night. Nothing. Don't buy into that crap. Don't buy into that. It's weak sauce. It's weak sauce. I'm glad he said it. I know where my quarterback stands. On business. Ain't nobody thinking about that. Nobody's thinking about 10 men on the field. Coach Freeman hasn't even mentioned it. It's playing, but hey, NIU was playing in the facility. Other games have played in the facility for motivation. Nobody talks about it. We know what it is. We know the unfinished business from the previous 2 fourth quarters against Ohio State when they had supreme talent. They were supposed to have the superior talent over us from a roster standpoint. We know we had them on the ropes in 2 fourth quarters and didn't get it done. We know that. He doesn't have to say it. We understand the assignment on the biggest stage. Let's get it. Let's get it. There's a lot of shivering going on over in your home state, bro. There's a lot of shivering going on. A lot of ifs being thrown out. If y'all go man to man. If this, if that. All right. Play the game. Kick it off. Play the game. You can have all the ifs you want. Them gold helmets coming. 4 quarters. Them gold helmets coming. You can believe that. 4 quarters. They coming. If you're good enough, tip of the cap. If not, Notre Dame fan base is going to talk trash for the next millennium. Nothing. The first ever college football playoff won by Notre Dame? Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You thought Notre Dame fans talk crazy about 88. It's a wrap. Don't let it happen. We've been saying it since the middle of the season. Do not let Marcus Freeman and this team get into the playoffs. After they lost to Northern Illinois, did we not say it, LL Nation? Do not let this team get into the playoffs. They got into the playoffs. We said, do not let them get to the semis. You better catch them in the first 2 rounds. Somebody better catch them in the first 2 rounds. They're here. There's some dogs walking on that field. On both sides. On both sides. Another big Mike Denbrock is not Jared Parker. All due respect to Jared Parker. All due respect to Jared Parker. Mike Denbrock is not Jared Parker. And Notre Dame fans, it is, after the Georgia game, Notre Dame fans were just throwing darts at Jared Parker. I mean, not at Mike Denbrock. He's mid, he's this, he's that. He's a problem solver. Man, should I say this? It feels good to have an offensive coordinator that's a problem solver and can find solutions rather than having an OC that's more focused on the reasons why. You ever had, my dad, years in ministry, my dad used to tell me all the time, he said, son, one of the most frustrating things in ministry? And I said, what? He's like, when people always have suggestions, but they never come with a plan or solution with the suggestion. We should do this. We should do that. How are we going to get it done? How do you plan to fund it? You got plenty of suggestions, but what's your plan for getting it done? And see, Mike Denbrock as an OC didn't just have questions. He found solutions for the questions all season. Whether it was the run game, whether it was the pass game, whether it was the screen game, whether it was starting wide receivers, Bo Collins at Texas A&M, Jordan Faison towards the end of the season, Jaden Greathouse against Penn State, Jaden Greathouse against Texas A&M on that touchdown drive on third down. Mitchell Evans emerges late in the season. Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love, Aeneas Williams comes to the forefront in the Orange Bowl. Mike Denbrock didn't sit on the why, the how. Why isn't this happening? How isn't this happening? He went out and he found solutions. And he just didn't pin it on the offensive line. He just didn't pin it on the quarterback. He went and found solutions. He turned things around with two freshmen, redshirt true, on the left side of the offensive line. When that didn't work, he went to the backups. Some because of performance, others because of injury. You didn't hear any rumblings or pointing fingers and why. Now, from Mike Denbrock, he found solutions. When they got down 10-zip to Penn State, Abdul Carter was wrecking the passing game. He found solutions. People are like, why didn't they chip him? They should have been chipping him. You know how you stop a great pass rusher? You run the ball. And then all of a sudden, they become null and void. Solutions. You don't have Jared Parker. You don't have Tommy Reese in a fourth quarter against Ohio State calling plays. You got Mike Denbrock. That matters. Especially going up against a mind like Jim knows. It matters. Lucky Lefty Podcast. That's all we're saying. Notre Dame fans, stick your chest out, man. Stick your chest out. What's that song? Well, Deborah Cox and RL. My wife loves that song too. How did you get here? How did you get here? You're not supposed to be here. That's what the college football world is saying about Notre Dame. They turn around and you're standing here. I'm going to play that tonight, man. That's a beautiful song. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It's a love song, so if you don't like those type of songs, I'm sorry. But go listen to the words. How did you get here? You're not supposed to be here. That's college football and Notre Dame when they look at this national championship game. It's supposed to be Ohio State and Oregon. It's supposed to be Ohio State and Texas. It's supposed to be Ohio State and Georgia. It's supposed to be Ohio State and Alabama. Not Notre Dame. They're not in the conference. They lost to Northern Illinois. They didn't play anybody. Their strength of schedule was really low. Deal with it. They're here. And in the words of my imprisoned 90s hip-hop mogul, Diddy, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't Marcus Freeman and this squad ain't going nowhere. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. It's Notre Dame for life. They're not going anywhere. It's a problem. You got a problem on your hands. You let Marcus Freeman win at the big poker table, baby. You let him win at what? We told you when he took the job, if you let him come to the big poker table and start winning, the tide is already turning. People that have hated Notre Dame are like, yo, I kind of like Notre Dame. I kind of like this squad. They got some swag to them. I love Marcus Freeman. College football, y'all got a problem. It's bigger than this game. It's bigger than this game. It's a tidal wave coming. Especially if Notre Dame wins, it's a tidal wave coming. Y'all not going to like this. Because I'm going to tell you, this fan base is ready. This fan base is on one. This fan base experiences a win on Monday night. It's going to be a cruel winter and spring for the rest of college football. Cruel. It's going to be a cruel. That's an old song, right? Cruel summer. It's a dope little song back in the day. It's going to be a cruel winter and spring and summer for the rest of college football. Real cruel. That's all I'm saying. Lucky Lefty Podcast. I think Left stepped away to handle a phone call. Let's get to some more talk from Riley Leonard. He says this is why he came to Notre Dame, man.
And I thought this would happen. That's why I came here. I remember, like, even my girlfriend, I was talking to her the other day, and a bunch of people were texting her, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys made it. This is crazy. And even she was like Riley, this isn't that surprising. Like, we expected this. It'd be one thing if, I don't know, I think people get surprised whenever things they don't expect happen in their lives, but when you expect it to happen, it's just like, yeah, we believed this for a long time. So yeah, I definitely thought it would be happening.
What about after Northern Illinois? Did you think?
Yeah, after Illinois, yeah, that's when you start to think, like, dang. At that point, it was like, shoot, we weren't even thinking about the playoffs at that point. So yeah, it kind of double paradox there. But after that game, it was like, shoot, forget being the best team in the country. You got to be the best team on the field every single week. So that was kind of the mindset after that game. But definitely, grand scheme of things, that's why I came here to compete in a national championship.
What makes Ohio State a difficult matchup?
I think they know who they are. They do a really good job at what they do. They'll get to the quarterback on defense, and they got speed in the back end, and they're a veteran team back there. So I don't really dive too much into their offense, but I know their defense is a really good unit.
Really good unit. Respect. I love this kid, man. Let me tell you something. His journey, his leadership, how he's adjusted, faced everything straightforward, all honesty, authentic. Sometimes, in my opinion, he was far too honest. Far too honest. But he's right. This is why he came to Notre Dame. This is why he chose Notre Dame over Ohio State. This is why he chose Notre Dame over Ohio State. Let me dig into that for a minute. Because as I said, it's been reported that the first two choices of Ohio State were Cam Ward and Riley Leonard. As I said before, Will Howard was on the pecking order for Notre Dame. if they didn't get Riley Leonard. It just goes to show. And honestly, I would love to talk to Cam Ward and Riley Leonard. And if I had a moment with both of those guys, I would flat out ask them, just from a quarterback standpoint, Ohio State had the best weapons. You're looking at Miami, you're looking at Ohio State, and let's just throw Notre Dame in the picture for all of them, even though Cam Ward wasn't feasible for Notre Dame. Let's just say you're looking at it. There's not one of the three, if they were purely making choices based upon the talent they were going to be surrounded by, none of those guys would select any other school other than Ohio State. But for some reason, the first two options chose other schools. I find that interesting. And I don't bring that up to be disparaging about Ohio State. I bring that up to say sometimes there's something bigger than the obvious. The obvious are the wide receivers, the running backs, the pedigree to the NFL, all of that. You're talking about a Miami program that was struggling. Head coach was sub 500.
Yeah, we were just talking about how they was just trying to impose recruiting in Chicago.
No promise there. Notre Dame. I mean, emerging, the Freeman era had a little more promise than the Cristobal era. Nowhere near the pedigree of Ohio State at the time. But yet, those two quarterbacks chose to go elsewhere. And I think it goes a long way to money. First of all, money was involved with all three. So we just can't say it was the money. Money was involved with all three.
That's right.
I think Cam Ward wanted to be seen as more. Coming from Washington State, I think he wanted to be seen more as the reason than as a part of this Ohio State machine.
Yeah.
He was the reason Miami. He was Miami. And I think that answered a lot of questions coming from Washington State for NFL scouts. They got to see him elevate a program. Will Howard and Riley Leonard have not, they have been important to both programs with their skill sets and their abilities. But I think Riley Leonard and his choice was totally different. But yet still, he said, this is why I chose to come. This was the end game. I was that final piece. They had things going already. The program was ascending already. They had already changed the talent in the running back room, in the quarterback room, other positional rooms. They've already done that. I was the missing piece. Not that I'm as polished as a passer, but I can beat you in many ways. You can't just zero in on the Notre Dame run game, specifically the running backs. Now, I add an element that you can't do that anymore. I add a clutch factor. I add a toughness. When it's fourth down and I'm running to the sideline with an Ohio State defensive back, I'm not running out of bounds. I'm running dude over. I'm jumping over the top of him. I'm getting that first down. This is the difference. They chose different things, man. They didn't take the easy route. Huge respect to Cam Ward and Riley Leonard for doing so. And I think that paved the way. I think all three of them landed in their
exactly where they're supposed to be.
Where they were supposed to be. Cam Ward was supposed to be in Miami. He was everything they needed. They didn't need Will Howard. They didn't need Riley Leonard. They needed Cam Ward.
Yeah, they needed Cam Ward. Yeah.
Notre Dame needed Riley Leonard.
Absolutely.
He was perfect. We know the history of his grandfather playing at Notre Dame, attending Notre Dame, being a Notre Dame fan when he was a shorty. Just, man, Will Howard, yo, exactly what, man, Ohio State didn't need a C.J. Stroud. Man, just come in, steady the ship.
Don't lose games.
Don't lose games.
All right. And that expectation is a
And the
huge
games that he lost could be attributed to decisions that he made or the lack of confidence that the coaching staff had in him in certain situations. That's a fact.
It's a fact.
You can't refute that. That's a fact.
It's a fact.
Bro, you don't have time to run up the middle against Oregon without timeouts. What are you doing? Throw the ball away, get to another play. Like, what are we doing? That's on you.
And I think a lot of it too was just an adjustment of being in a place where the spotlight is on. Nobody's caring too much about Duke or Kansas State when it comes to the expectation of the quarterback in these places. You're talking about two Joes coming to the premier top 5 quarterback destinations in college football. If you're a quarterback for Ohio State, Notre Dame, Texas, Bama, or Georgia, you've never been in a situation like this before. You can't compare it to nothing else. And that adjustment period, Riley's because he wasn't available, and Will's because he wasn't put in a situation until he needed to be, are the things that you get when you are at these schools. Notre Dame was built on we don't need a quarterback to get to where we're trying to go. Ohio State was built on we don't need a quarterback to get to where we need to go. One was paid for, one was put together. 1,000 ways to skin a cat. We got two quarterbacks that the perfect thing that you said is neither one of them are shaking Goodell's hand at that first pick. And usually in championship games, it's not that situation, right? Usually in championship games, you have quarterbacks that are destined to be the first 1 or 2 picks of the draft. This is the rare case where we got two quarterbacks that will get picked up, but they're not the focal point of the team. Riley Leonard's success is a byproduct of a 3-year program built by Marcus Freeman that supplemented a guy that was deficient in areas, brought him along, he improved, he got better, he started to fit the mold of what we asked him to do, and we're in the place that we expected to be, the championship. Will Howard is the same story. So I'm excited to see the coaching. Nobody wants to talk about the coaching. Chip Kelly versus Al Golden. Right? And Denbrock versus Knowles. That's a great matchup. I think this is the best staff for a big game we've ever had. That's what, in my opinion, was a huge advantage in the Georgia game. We can literally point to moments in the Georgia game where our coaching staff outsmarted their coaching staff. And that's a championship staff. When is the last time Coach Kelly outcoached a championship staff? Not anything to do on the field from a player's perspective, but a staff decision where we can point to the moment where we subbed in 11 guys for punt. And Kirby it was prepared, but wasn't that prepared. You see what I'm saying? Moments in the game. Taking the fake punts. Putting the plays together where you can manage a quarterback in the situation of getting through. Being able to coach a guy that you throw in because your starting quarterback got knocked out and go down and get some points before half when you have no momentum. It takes a coaching staff of a certain greatness to even do that. We making it look easy. We lose your top 3 defensive linemen, and we making it look easy because the coaching is there. Guys ready to play. Special teams decisions, in-game making. We don't have any blunders like having 10 guys on the last play of the game. That's so far ago. And for Marcus Freeman to have such separation from last year to this year shows how great Marcus Freeman has built this program. That's all I'm saying. Coaching staff has never been as solid as it is right now. So when you look at championship teams, their coaching staffs are usually that championship level. Dabo Swinney, when he had those 4 All-Americans and Brent Venables and all that, that's a championship staff. Jim Harbaugh with the cheating going on, but he had a Sharon Moore and he had the defensive core. I mean, he had a championship staff. Kirby Smart, championship staff. And for Marcus Freeman to be able to be in position where we have to go through these other programs with championship staffs and we're outsmarting them, out coaching them, maybe not all game, but in moments that matter, that are memorable. We haven't had that before. Playing against Clemson, it was literally Trevor Lawrence kicking our butt the second half. There was no coaching adjustments, in my opinion. We just lost the game. But we're seeing the mix between great coaching staff and the play, how it affects the players on the field. This is the first time we've seen it become symbiotic, where the players depend on the coach's decisions and the coaches depend on the players. Say, oh, we're going for a fake punt. Let's execute. Oh, we need this momentum to get back. Let's go do it. We need this turnover. Let's go get it. Oh, I need you to make a smart coaching decision to switch up the momentum to get them off kilter. Let's do it. I mean, executing in moments like that only shows you how 360 it is. It's not like we just relying on a superstar player or a superstar D-line. The thing that we haven't had is the fact that it can finally come from anywhere. That's what makes Notre Dame special. You got a Don Shula that'll show up and show out. You got a Jaden Greathouse that'll just have 100 yards in the game. When the last time he had 100 yards? When the last time he had 100 yards? It don't matter because he had it when it mattered most. Think about that. You think Penn State was thinking, man, if we don't stop Jaden Greathouse, we're going to lose his game. It wasn't a focal point. But because he's bought into what's going on and he knows that anybody can pop at any time, he was ready for his moment, had 100 plus yards and 2 touchdowns. Penn State didn't expect that. Hell, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect Aeneas Williams to hit a sluggo for about 50 yards. I didn't expect that. Jeremiah Love told us he wasn't going to jump over people. I believed him, and I didn't expect him to do it. I didn't expect Charles Jagusah to jump in at right guard and then dominate, take a guy out the game. I didn't expect that.
We don't have talent, Love. We don't have talent.
But I didn't come on now.
We don't have talent in Notre Dame.
I didn't expect that.
Like this guy in the chat now talking about Ohio State fell asleep the last 2 years. I guess Benjamin Morrison locking Marvin Harrison Jr. down. Marvin Harrison fell asleep. He fell
for
asleep.
30 yards.
Yeah.
Wheel.
Yeah. When Abuka got lit up and knocked out the game with a clean hit 2 years ago, that was him falling asleep. Man, stop.
We don't got to be
clowns, man. Stop
we
being
don't
clowns
have
about the game, man. Just talk about the game as football fans. Notre Dame, if Ohio State did they fall asleep against Michigan or did Michigan punch them in their mouth? What happened?
There was no tricks or trade to that.
Did they fall asleep against Oregon or did Oregon just light their tails up? Like, if Ohio State falls asleep, then this will happen. Man, please.
The Ohio State fans are coming from a point of begging and desperation. Oh, extremes have to happen.
Football, man.
Come on, man.
Teams can put you to sleep. You don't just go out there and just fall asleep like Ohio State just wants to go out in the field and just put out a lackluster performance. That's not how football works.
Ohio State was trying their hardest and had it 7-14 at half. It wasn't until that 80-yard blunder, Ohio State was fighting for their life.
That's the disrespect, bro. And the arrogance that comes through, bro. That irritates me. Just talk about football like football, man. That's
it.
Okay. Just talk football. That's it. All this fall asleep, man. Y'all ain't won nothing since Urban left. Y'all been asleep then. This entire Ryan Day era, y'all been asleep. Y'all been falling asleep.
Sleep.
Now, I guess y'all. That's the excuse. Every time y'all been falling asleep.
Sleep.
Y'all been falling asleep. That's y'all lost in the fourth quarter to Georgia. I guess you fell asleep in the fourth quarter. The last 4 years, you've been falling asleep to Michigan. Based upon what, because Ohio State, they do whatever they want to do. It has nothing to do with any other team and what they do. Nothing. It's all Ohio State. They can't be stopped. All right.
Yeah, they can't be. That's what I'm saying. It's like y'all act like y'all can't be stopped, or like y'all just so much more ahead. Like, good grief, bro.
My man said Notre Dame's going to be exposed because of the talent. Did Ohio State expose us the last 2 years? Oh, my fault. Y'all fell asleep. Well, let me give you a hint. You better wake the hell up Monday night. Don't fall asleep Monday night, because this ain't the same Notre Dame team you face. Let me go ahead and give you that disclaimer. Tell your boys, don't fall asleep Monday.
That's all I'm saying.
Since you're so confident, tell your boys don't fall asleep.
Y'all just be acting like there's just no way. Like, that just kills me, though.
And I wonder why, Lev. I wonder why Ohio State fell asleep against Notre Dame. Could it have something to do with suspect coaching? With all that talent? They got the same suspect coach, right? The same suspect head coach, right?
Who was so happy to win knowing he should have lost that he started talking about Lou Holtz and started talking about where they at now. Like, that's coming from a place of you was glad and you didn't think you was going to win that.
So
you talking about where Lou Holtz at? Where Lou Holtz? Come on.
Here's the deal. You paid $20 million because you knew that was the only way Ryan Day could win it. You got to stack the deck. You got to stack the deck for him. It's obvious on the even playing field, his coaching is super suspect. So you had to thank God Nick Saban retired. Otherwise, you don't get Caleb Downs. Thank God Nick Saban walked away, because you don't get Caleb Downs if he doesn't. Thank God Nick Saban walked away.
Thank God you got enough money in the NIL to pay for Chip Kelly.
Thank God. Thank God he walked away. He made your linebackers better. He made your secondary better. He made your defense better. He allows Jim Knowles to do a lot of different things. Similar to the Nagurski. Wait a minute. Did Caleb Downs play football last year? Did Caleb Downs play the safety for Ohio State? Did he play?
He was in college football.
He was in college football last year?
He was around. But matter of fact, he was in Alabama. He
was eligible for the Nagurski?
Eligible.
He was eligible for the Nagurski last year?
Yeah, he could have won it.
Who won the Nagurski? Who won the Nagurski? Safety. Oh, keep talking about Caleb Downs. Keep talking about the talent disparity. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Caleb Downs doesn't have better stats than Xavier right now.
No. Keep talking. Let him keep talking. Let him keep talking. Just let them keep talking. Shh. We don't have no talent. The talent gap is about as wide as the Grand Canyon. Just let him keep talking. Let him keep talking, Lev. Just let him keep talking. Let him keep talking. All that talent in the front four last year, they got ran on. All that talent in the front four. No, they had no problem running the rock. None. Aldrich had no problem running the rock.
And it's crazy because we ran through the middle.
Straight ahead.
Once again, running right through the middle of your defense. Controlled the whole game. Just running straight. We didn't try to do fast. We ran right at you. That's how I know we got you. Y'all can't rally and get a 90-yard drive with Hal McCoy's not there no more. Sorry. It's going to look like Michigan game-winning drive.
It's crazy. Man, you would think right now the Ohio State fan base would be so eternally grateful that this season happened with the 12-team playoff. Otherwise, they would be at the crib. At the crib. You would think they would be humble, appreciative of the opportunity to make a playoff run, despite the disappointment of losing 2 games. Ohio State didn't pay $20 million to lose 2 games.
No.
They lost 2 games in the regular season. They spent all that money to get that. They didn't. But they got a life wrap. They got something that put them in the playoffs, give them another opportunity. And they should be grateful.
They should be grateful.
Because it helped Notre Dame.
Yes,
It helped Notre Dame. Northern Illinois lost normal, kills Notre Dame's playoff chances. Notre Dame's not getting in, losing to Northern Illinois in a 14 playoff. It's a wrap.
No.
It's a wrap. So we're thankful. We're appreciative. Because we knew the pressure that it would relieve off the Notre Dame team, not having to be perfect like they've always had to be to get to the playoff. We're appreciative. Like, yo, we're on the verge of possibly the greatest season in Notre Dame history. Ohio State fans are acting like they went undefeated, dog. Acting like they went undefeated. They didn't get smacked by Michigan. They didn't get beat by Oregon. They act like, oh, we're unblemished. Can't be touched.
That's how they
We don't fall asleep.
It's like, dude, y'all just as
And then when you have honest conversation about different things and nuances of the game, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Oh, no. They'll pull up your stats. They'll say you're jealous you didn't go there. Like, what does that do with anything about the game, dude?
All right. Well, maybe Marcus Freeman just knows the style of game needed to play against Ohio State. Did you ever think about that?
Maybe that's his MO.
Did you think that Marcus Freeman knows how to play and get his team prepared with less talent to play Ohio State and be in the game with the lead in the fourth quarter? Because he's done it 2 consecutive years. He didn't finish the deal, but he's done it. This is why left. What did you say was going to be in a premium because of the playoffs left? What did you say was going to come to the forefront more than ever?
Coaching. Yeah, absolutely.
Coaching.
We're not going to have 10 guys on the field, guys. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. We're not going to bail you out. It's not. Come on now. There's no bailout because we already said before the season started there were no excuses. There were no excuses we was giving Marcus Freeman when the season started. So why does it change when we're in the championship?
I'm sorry, Jerron Jones just texted me something. He's disrespectful.
Yeah, no, I saw him. He's crazy. That's okay.
JJ, we love you, boy. You are wild. Wow. That's all I'm saying, man. It's like
I think Ohio State Ohio State knows that this loss is monumental. Not only did your own family get you, but then you lost to 2 champions in the same season. You lost to the defending champions, and then you lost the championship. That's heavy on a man's heart, heavy on a program. You spend $20 million to guarantee a win, and you lose to 2 champions, and you lose to your own family. It was your own family that did it. That's usually how it go down. It don't be the outside noise. It's the in-house that take you down. This is why it's so symbiotic and symbolic and such a paradigm is that we had to crush Georgia to beat the Vegas house money, to beat the face of college football. We had to break down the beast. Not in the regular season. We had to break down the beast when it mattered. That's why we couldn't avoid Georgia. It was destiny. We had to beat Georgia to show y'all we don't need all the 5 stars. We beat the house money. We can beat the face of college football. that. And we need this Ohio State victory to break down the beast, to set up our dynasty. Because they paying $20 million to guarantee this is not just a one-year deal. We're trying to make this built and use this championship to build our legacy. Seriously. We had to break down the dynasty and break down a future one to build our own, and that's why we're here.
Let me say this. I say this with 100% confidence. I go into this game Monday night, literally sitting here. I'm talking about being fair. When I give my prediction, it's not going to have, it might have a little pinch of bias. I'm literally going back and forth in this game, bro. And when I give my final prediction, I'm going to give an honest analysis of how I think this game is going to go. I'm watching Ohio State games. I'm watching Notre Dame games. I'm being honest in my prediction. I'm telling you, 1,000%. If Texas had found a way to beat Ohio State, we would have beat the hell out of Texas. I'm telling you now, Notre Dame would have beat I watched Texas against Georgia twice. I watched Texas against Ohio State. Excuse my French. Notre Dame would have beat the HE double hockey stick out of Texas. Wrecked them boys. Wrecked them. Quinn Ewers would have broke his other ankle, injured his other ankle, messed up his ribs, everything. You're on mute, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It would have been bad. Yeah, Texas would have been out of there.
Stop.
That's why I'm like, we wanted Ohio State. We didn't want Texas would have been beating Texas would have been like, damn, like I wish it would have felt a little bit better with Ohio State. Just a little bit. I mean, championship. But we know that the two teams that everybody has to go through to really feel like we're the top dog, we are going through them. I don't want to hear us win a championship. We didn't beat Georgia. Oh, y'all didn't beat the Oh, y'all didn't go through Ohio State. We want all of them. And I'm glad that this is how it's set up. Because if you let us win, doing it how we doing it, we change how college football goes forward. We the pioneers, we the leaders, we the trendsetters. We make the rules. Because guess what? When we came to the table, y'all said, oh, please give us the top 4 spots. Please, just give it to us. And what did Notre Dame say? Okay, we'll take the home game in 5th or nothing, or 5th and below, as long as we get a home game in the snow. Whatever, we'll take it. We took y'all parameters. We took y'all guidelines. We took what y'all wanted to do.
Can I just say something, love?
Come on, man.
As far as from a style standpoint, doesn't this national championship game look like last year's championship game? From a style standpoint? Tough defense, questionable quarterback, good run off, good rushing attack against a really good quarterback and his receivers. Sounds real for me. I will throw in Ohio State has better running backs than Washington had last year. Will Howard ain't Michael Penix, bro.
He's not, bro.
Will Howard ain't Michael Penix. He ain't Michael Penix, bro. And I don't want to hear that. Well, the Washington wide receivers, they aren't as good as Ohio State wide receivers.
I'm not hearing that either.
Michigan smacked Ohio State last year. So that you can remove that. I'm just talking about the styles. Once again, prolific offense going up against a defense that is partnered with an offense that, according to everybody, is not that great. All they can do is run the ball. They're one-dimensional. It's the same thing. Michigan was the same type of team last year that Notre Dame is. Same type of team. One-dimensional offense. J.J. McCarthy really can't throw. They don't have receivers. All the stuff you heard of. They don't have receivers. What did Michigan do? They went beat the SEC team. They went and beat Alabama. Yeah, can they put up enough points against Washington? Their styles, same talk. Same talk. What is Michigan going to do against Michael Penix and his receivers? All right.
All right, yeah.
But it's the game. Don't even play the game. We just need to check Ohio State's pulse before the game, and then we can call the game.
Yeah.
If Ohio State has a great pulse, then they just call the game off. There's no need to kick it off and no need to play.
No need to kick it off.
Yeah, no need to kick it off, no need to play. If Ohio State has a pulse, they're going to dominate. Then why play? Why kick it off? Hey, man, we have a special guest jumping on with us right now. Now, he's not affiliated with Notre Dame. Well, indirectly, he kind of is. And he's not affiliated with Ohio State. But he's a brother of the program.
That's right.
We want to welcome in Miami Hurricane legend, NFL legacy, royalty.
That's right.
None other than my brother, our brother, Jared Payton. Welcome. Okay. I see you.
Malik, what's up, boy? What's up?
We here, baby. We here.
Hey, man, y'all need to be happy right now, man. Like, I'm telling you right now, though, this fan base needs to be happy right now because
that's right.
There's a lot of good stuff going on right now in South Bend, man. Like,
Yeah,
it is, and it's an opportunity. Like, if you go back, we go back to the 2 national championships we played in. First one, we kind of knew what the deal was against Nebraska. But we went into that second one in the Fiesta Bowl, man, like we took it for granted because we've been there before. We didn't prepare the way that we probably should have prepared. And we got beat. And it just goes to show that sometimes to me, it's not always the best teams, man. It's the teams that come in well prepared. And that's what I was talking about last time on my show, is that Marcus Freeman he's
locked in.
He's got this thing. He's not just coaching, man. He's teaching. There's a vibe in the
team. Talk about it.
Hey, hold up. And so I saw this other thing yesterday as I was scrolling through social. It was talking about Brian Urlacher was just talking about being around the team. And he was talking about like it's just different. Like dudes are smart. The way that they talk is different. And I was like, dog, they got something different. They got something different there. And so if they can control the game, on the ground, man, and that to me that's with Jeremiah, all the running backs that they got as well, and Riley Leonard has to find a way to be able to get his feet going. He's got to. I need 60 tough yards. 60 tough yards against that Ohio State defense.
Stiff arming Jack Sawyer to the ground. We need some of that.
Yeah. If you can
jumping over Caleb Downs.
We need some of that. But hey, it starts with the man on top. And I'll tell you that second, what was it? It was the second pass interference call when they panned that thing over to Marcus Freeman. And normally coaches, you think you would get to that moment in that part of the game, and coaches be like, yelling at the line, hey, what you doing? And Marcus Freeman was smiling like, okay. I was like, this dude is calm, cool, and collected on the sidelines. And your team feeds off of that. And no, don't panic. We still good. We got this. So listen, I said it last night. Anything can happen. Ohio State, they're here for a reason too. You get what you pay for. It didn't seem like it after the Michigan game though. It was like, okay, you going in this bag, and you going in the bag, but what's in there? Is it quarters, some dimes, some nickels? Nah, they here now, and they know it's at stake as well too. And they on the offensive side of the ball, man, they got some difference makers, man. You're gonna have to find a way to recreate. Can you shut them? Because what happened against Penn State, man? Wide receivers not getting no burn, like goose eggs. I think it's gonna be tough in this matchup, but you got to find a way to Will Howard to make him one-dimensional and create some turnovers. And that's what that defense has shown that they can do for Notre Dame. They can create turnovers. Can they do it in that? And we know in these moments, in these games, where it can come down to late in the game, whenever it's sprinkled in there, can they get that turnover and can they take advantage of it and be able to turn it into points, man? So I can't wait till Monday night. I don't know how you guys are over here.
I'm trying to be even keel, bro. And I'm telling Notre Dame fans to go crazy, right? Ohio State fans are going to be who they be.
Yeah.
They know the legacy they have. Consistently at the top of the Big Ten, consistently contending for national championships. It's been since 1988 for Notre Dame. I'm like, yo, don't let them intimidate you. It's your time. Talk that talk. You're here. They said you weren't supposed to be here. Like that Deborah Cox song. How did you get here? That's college football looking at Notre Dame right now. You're not supposed to be here. But Marcus Freeman has this squad here. I want to ask you, because you kind of danced around it a little bit. What is no, bro? I haven't dealt with it. By the way, he won Dancing with the Stars in Chicago.
Oh, that's what
he won Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that like? You ran through the tunnel in the national championship game twice, bro. Played in the second one. What are both of these teams? What can they expect Monday night, bro? They can say it's just another game, but
it's not another game, dude. It's not another game. It's that game that you dream about, I guess, when you're a little kid. And I didn't play football like growing up, so I didn't play till high school, my junior year. But I know for the guys that I played with, that's what they talked about, especially kids from Florida, man. They just a national championship playing in that. And it wasn't just for them playing for themselves either. Like they were all in that conversation of like a lot of guys first round picks. So they were playing for the team and they were trying to find a way to be able to play for that bag. Like they knew what was coming. Like Andre Johnson in the Rose Bowl, he knew like I need to ball out here. Portis, same thing. Like all these dudes, and it was so funny because that year was a crazy year, and everything God there's no mistakes. It's always everything happens for a reason. But before that season, going in that summer, that's when me, Portis, and Clint Hurt wrecked my BMW on the highway on 95 going in Miami, coming back from an event with the top down. We all got thrown from the car. So we literally were trying to, there was 2 lanes that went towards downtown Miami, 3 that went back to Coral Gables. My buddy Clint Hurt was with the Eagles now. He's coaching with the Eagles. He was in the lane going towards downtown. And I told him, you got to get over. So when he whipped the car over to go over, I had these new tires. And so the tires kind of were sticky. So when he went, he didn't really look, and there was another car coming. So he whipped the car back. The car started doing S's. We were going about 75 miles per hour, and we hit a wall. Once we hit the wall, it went straight. It was doing S's, went toward to the wall, spun around, and we all got thrown out. Our teammates were coming back from Fort Lauderdale from this event in the bus. Malik, you as a team, everybody goes together, and we were in the wrong. We decided, since Clint Hurt was a kind of like a pseudo coach, he played with us, but he was hurt, so he was coach. So him and I lived together too. So he was like, I'll just drive. Our teammates were coming back, and they saw my car, and there was traffic, so they were leading up to it, like, what's going on? And my boy Rob was like one of our teammates and said, man, that's JP's car, and didn't see any of us. Man, they came to the hospital. I told Sean this. I tell Sean this many times. They came to the hospital. Ed Reed, all of them. They shut down where you come into the circle where ambulances come through to drop people off. They like boxed their cars in and walked in the door and were like, we ain't leaving until we see our brothers. Where they at? And so the nurses had to come get me and say, you got to go out here. We need to get people in the hospital. They ain't leaving until they see you. So I came out. I'm like, dog, we good. We good. And it was that moment where I knew, dog, no one's beating us. No one's going to beat us because of the brotherhood. And to get to that moment when you run out in the Rose Bowl and the sun's coming down, Pasadena, man, it's just different. It's a different feeling. And Malik, man, you play at all these stadiums. It's certain nights where you walk out, and if you're playing on a Thursday night, whatever it is, you feel it. But this is like, everybody's watching. This is the only game on. Y'all the only game on that everybody's watching, and it's your opportunity to etch your name into history. And so that's what gets me so excited for all this. No dog in the fight, but man, I'm a huge Marcus Freeman fan. If I could go back and play football again, if I could go back to play football, or if my son decides he wants to play football and he gets to a level where he could play and be that good to play at the college level, Marcus Freeman is a coach that I want my son to play for.
That's right.
He's a person that I would want to play for. And I've always, from that moment in that video, when he got the gig, he walked into that locker room and cats started going crazy. I was like, y'all found him. You found him. Now treat him right. Make sure he good and work with him because he can do something. That's why now here in Chicago, man, his name's being brought up here. So the Bears want to interview this dude. And I'm on my TV like, nah, leave him where he's at. Leave him where he's at because it's hard to build. And once you got something good, man, you can build forever. And we know what Notre Dame's all about.
That's right.
Notre Dame.
So you think that interest is real from
Huh?
Hallis Hall? That interest from Hallis Hall in
is
real?
I definitely, I know it's real. It's real. But I think they understand that it ain't he ain't going nowhere. Not now. He ain't going nowhere. And the bag it's to I think because of where the Bears are at the moment too. I mean, you could look at Caleb Williams and say, yes, like it's enticing to maybe want to take the job because you have a young quarterback. But I think of the roster and the way it's constructed right now, it's not good enough for a guy to leave a situation that he's in. And I think you be giving up a lot of power. You be giving up a lot of power. And it's a different dynamic once you get to the NFL of coaching grown men to being able to also empower these young men and grow and help them grow. And that's where it seems like, if I could go back, I got a good life, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got a good life.
You ain't tripping right now.
But if you had to tell me to go back, dog, I might take Marcus Freeman's, man. Like, you look at everything he got. And I know it's not perfect, but family, kids, wife, school, coach at Notre Dame, had NFL, been in the NFL, like been around, like he's got his experience for a father to have a son to play at the next level if they're able to. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to go and be a part of something like that? And Notre Dame already has the mystique and the legend, the lore, and all that stuff.
Now, I have a question. So I think this is a great point because I think what I was always wondering, okay, now you say you would want to play for Marcus Freeman. Is there a difference that you see from what Marcus Freeman is doing and who he is and how we respect him compared to a Deion? I feel like we're not getting that love and adulation for Marcus Freeman like the Deion. Not saying that they have to be the same, but I think Deion is representing. Marcus Freeman is representing a lot of what Deion was talking about.
Yeah, no, and I think both do it in different ways, and I think it's good though. When we look at Black coaches in any sport, right? Like it's rare when you look at, even in the NFL, when you look at black coaches, man, like, and the fact, let's just even go to the Rooney Rule being put in there of how these teams have to go about their hiring processes with getting minorities even in the door, and whether it's flawed or whether it's not. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. But the fact that it's there showing, because a lot of these guys have played. We're talking about ex-players that have been around the game. Deion's doing it in his own way. I mean, we're talking about he was a brand before he even got to Jackson State. And look what he did to my dad's alma mater, right? I mean, he was able, Malik, SHAUN, can we not talk about this, Doug? This dude brought his son, who people at the were like wondering, like, Sador's, but this dude got a 5-star. Travis Hunter, a 5-star that could have went anywhere. You go to 24/7 and look up the all-time like top recruits of all time, dog. He's in the top 5. and that's what dudes that it came before him. Dude is top 5 and is not in the NFL yet. He's just leaving college. He got this young man to buy in and say, man, skip all that. I'm coming with you. NIL, the money, I understand that's a part of it, but the fact is that Deion spoke to him in a way that said, you come with me, I'm gonna get you ready I'm gonna get you ready for the next level. Like, you come with me, you can go anywhere, you can go shine, but I'm gonna be with you. You're gonna be with me, I'm gonna be with you, and you get all this. You get all this. Why wouldn't you? Why? It's just amazing to me. This young man has a stiff arm trophy.
Yeah,
got a stiff arm trophy now. So
he got 7 of them trophies.
Hey, I know it, dude. But I think we got to celebrate both men but how they're doing it, and they're both in different situations. The situation for Deion in Colorado is totally different. Deion's running the show. I'm talking about everybody. I mean, everything. I mean, got his own TV. I mean, got cameras following him around. His son's documenting everything like that. It's different. You got Lil Wayne walking out with them. You got.
That's what I'm saying. What that's supposed to be at Notre Dame now.
But that's not Notre Dame. You can't do that. You can't. I mean, you could
do that. Colorado. Since we're Colorado, because love for anything black coach.
They did it. That's the culture that Deion that brought with him, man. Like, you can't.
I can tell Herbo to come right down the expressway, bro.
I'm saying,
an hour and a half. Herbo,
you know.
Hey, bro. Yeah. I can see. But hey, I know y'all laughing. And I don't know what y'all can say, but I'm going to say this. It's different at Notre Dame, man. It is. And that, to me, it seems this is someone on the outside looking into the situation, because, man, looking at how Marcus Freeman has to navigate through probably the things that he has to navigate through at that university, because of, I mean, it's a prestigious university, man. Not everybody, you know how many people, I went to a Catholic school here in Chicago, which is not far, St. Baudar High School, not far from South Bend. How many of my friends went there? My best friend graduated from there undergrad. I got at least 20 people that I know that were fighting so hard to be able to get a chance to go to school there. I know how tough it is. That's the balance that I think that's the balance moving forward with Marcus Freeman. And I think the reason what I want to see is to see them win this. The people at Notre Dame love what they see, because that is what they've been waiting for since the 80s. And then now what are you going to do? Because you're going to have to be able to keep up with the Joneses around the college football landscape. You have to. If Ohio State's paying $15 million in NIL, then you're gonna have to be up there in that same conversation, because it's only going to get harder as it goes. How does the university go about doing that? That's what I want to see. And if they do it the right way, and as a Miami Hurricane, I'm saying this, throwing up to you, who else can mess with them when it comes to the war chest? Nope. Who else?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Who? There's nobody. That's what I want to see. And I think that's what I'm so intrigued to see is do they open it up? But we also know, Malik, it comes down to it. They're not pushing people through anymore. That didn't happen even when I was in college. So in 99 to 2003, that wasn't like that. You go back to the 70s and early 80s, dude, that's how it was. It didn't matter if you had the grades or not. They were going to push you through. We're talking about academic excellence in South Bend. So it's hard. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. So it's if that's the route if that's what you're going to stick with, it's only going to make it harder. Can it be done? Yes, it can be done, but it is not going to be easy. And so the fact is, if that's the way if there's going to be that red line right there, it's going to make it harder on Marcus Freeman. But he's done a good job this year navigating through everything he had to. And that Northern Illinois, I didn't talk to SHAUN for like a couple weeks after that Northern Illinois game. I was like, I don't even know what to say to my man. I don't even know what to say to him. But to see how they bounce back. And let's not talk about one of the biggest things that I love that I don't think people are talking about enough that went through the news cycle, and I made sure that we put it on our show. The fact of the respect is that Coach Hammock and Marcus Freeman had that conversation that he went back to, and they talked about, how did you beat us? Because we need to shore some things up on our end.
They really had that conversation?
They had that conversation. Yes, they had that conversation.
Who called who?
I think he called. I think Freeman called. Coach Hammock.
Okay.
Yes. To ask about how did you beat us? Because and they open up. So we're talking about two black head coaches that battled early on the season. One beat the other. You could be mad about it and upset. Marcus Freeman's like, we're going to use this to be able to help us get to where we need to go. Because if you don't understand where because once you lose, that's when Malik, once you lose, that's when you really dive into the tape.
I'm not calling him. I'm just saying, I'm not calling him. He can call. He can send a letter. He can hit my assistant. I'm not going to call.
Y'all went on a run. That energized everything. So he needed to know what were y'all seeing that maybe we're not seeing. To me, that right there is, if it's true, if that is the way that it went, that he called him, because that's how we reported it, and it's been out there. If that's the way that it went, kudos to Marcus Freeman because it wasn't just about him. It was he's doing this for his football team to be able to get them ready and prepared for what other people are seeing. Because everybody's watching film. And if they breaking down and seeing what you're doing and they getting tall tales, Malik, it's like being on kickoff return, SHAUN, like on kickoff return, and you sitting there like this, you up there, and they see you they watching the film, and you turning real quick, and they do a short little pooch right there because they see you bailing every single time, they getting them little tails. You better shore it up, or guess what? You won't be there. And now look where y'all at right now. Y'all about to get a chance.
I'm not going to give Thomas Hammock that. I'm not doing it. He didn't stem this championship, bro. He went on his Good Morning America tour. It was great. He set up his own booth down in Atlanta.
Everybody can eat off in Notre Dame. Everybody can eat off in Notre Dame. Let's have
okay. So is he getting a ring too? Is he gonna get a ring, or we gonna slide?
No, we ain't getting no ring. Y'all ain't getting no ring.
But no, we ain't doing that now. Come on,
just think, SHAUN and I had this conversation. Think about this, man. Y'all got Marcus Freeman for cheap, man. Because y'all would have to pay him right now. Oh,
that Brian Kelly money.
Beep. Yeah, bring that back over here.
I'm not going to be surprised if he asks for a restructure if he wins. He should. Just give me a little envelope.
Hey, you don't think you don't think that whoever his agent is, making that call up here to Chicago, like, hey, we ain't really coming, but y'all just act like you all want.
Yeah. Just go ahead and throw a nice number out there.
Throw a nice number. Bro, I can't even tell you. If you knew lately, I tell Sean all the time, if you knew the agents, the people that call this phone, man, that want, and much respect to all of them. I'm gonna take the phone call, but man, to be one of those people that are behind the scenes that can maneuver, that have enough influence that you can maneuver stuff around, bro, it's kind of crazy. So it wouldn't surprise me if he does that, Malik, because why not?
Come on now. He mediated.
But I also think he knows too. I think he's comfortable. I think he's just comfortable where he's at.
They're gonna watch him slide off across the table. Look, just like this. He's gonna be slide that paper across it. That's 10 more million I'm gonna need to sign off.
Bro, everything about that dude, man. Everything about that dude. It's hard not to like, and I got my issues with Notre Dame just because your boy could have. That's where your boy could have been. That's where I was going first. We won't need. Let's not talk about that.
We can give you an honorary. No, it's honorary.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm here.
Kanye got an honorary degree from Chicago. Come on now, it ain't.
All things aside. Left, as he throws up to you, and I promise he's the only person that I would allow to throw up to you on this podcast.
You know.
So we'll let him get away with it. But Left, we coming for Carson Beck.
We
won. Oh, we coming.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, we
thought he escaped because he didn't play.
Look at his eyes, Left. He knows what's coming. Look at his eyes, Left.
Carson Beck was rubbing his hands together. Oh, I didn't have to take that heat this week. Oh, he went to Miami. Oh, you first week. Oh, you gonna get it too.
First week, we know.
You can't run from it. You can't run from
it. I'm gonna tell you something about Carson Beck. I'm interested to see how he fits into this offense and how the offense is run and the structure of it. When you look at Cam Ward and what Cam was able to do going on that nice little Heisman run, man, Cam showed you. Me and my son call him Mr. Nonchalant because that's just how he be dropping back. He be like nothing's going on, like he ain't playing in the game. He just arm angles at every single angle. Every quick throws. Can Carson Beck do that? And is he willing? Is he willing to have to? He's gonna have to change his game and a little bit. There's parts of his game he's going to have to change. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Can he do that? Because if he can, I mean, we always know what it is. And this year, and Malik, you said it, man. That night when I was at work and y'all were on, and we were talking about this is still like it was like week 7, whatever. You were like, man, y'all ain't got no defense. They gotta find a way, man. You can't win no national championship without no defense. Look at the two teams. We talk about offense all the time. Even the NFL, I need the best defense. I need the best defense. And look at what we're seeing tonight. I am happy and I'm a fan of college football. I love college football. If you told me that I had to pick between that and the NFL, I would pick college football over the NFL. I just love college football. Saturdays are my favorite day during the fall. I just love Saturdays. So to be able to know that we went through the expansion of the playoff to where we are now, we got the two best teams. And that's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for. There's things that probably needs to be changed. The way that this all, I mean, it's first of all, it is hard. Any team that you have first round home game and someone's traveling to your crib, that right there just don't seem fair to me.
Well, it's a piggy bank. It's a piggy bank thing.
I know. I know.
Ooh, can you imagine if you had run through
all the teams though, not just Notre? I'm just saying, just all the teams that had the home games. I mean, it's tough, man. Like you're asking a team that's a tall tale for a team and a task for a team to do. But the fact that they got it came down to the final two. These are the two teams that I wanted to see. And I think there was a lot of movement just about Georgia early on in the season to them having their struggles to then, seeing Ohio State, especially at the end of the season, that Michigan game, you didn't really know what is this team. And then to see what they did, what Ohio State did to Oregon, I was like, okay, all right. I was looking at Jeremiah, dude, Smith. I'm like, dude, they got some dogs.
Hold on.
What?
Dan Lanning.
Huh?
We done talked about this. Dan Lanning
Yeah.
is what?
He ain't.
Okay. I was just wondering because you giving up 7 receptions for almost 200 yards doesn't make sense. It don't make sense.
No,
It don't make sense.
he does so much talk early on, like during the season, but when it comes down to crunch time, you can have him, man. Like, hey, man, get out of here. But Ryan Day, though, that dude was on the not even the hot seat, dog. In my Tesla, when you put the 3 burners on the little thing, that's what he was sitting on. Because I can sit on the one, it's cold here, about 11 degrees. It's cold. Right. You put the 3 burners on, boy, you better not have to go 45 minutes because you might burn. He was about to get burnt. And
he had a bunch of stacked in his office. He was on his way. He had his stuff, he had the movers come in. They took half his stuff out. And he said, wait, we still got another season. Wait. We still got the playoff run. Don't. And it was like, okay, it's your last chance. You got to do it. So,
what? I see why you two vibe so well together. Y'all two is funny, man. Well, listen, hey, I got to go.
We got one question for you before you go. A fan question. I think you got to explain how Sweetness Kid didn't start playing football until high school. Now, it's a fun. Hey, ladies and gents, this is something you don't know about this dude.
Okay, so football was my second best sport. I was a soccer player from 4 years old all the way up into my sophomore year in high school. If I probably would have kept playing soccer, I probably would have made. I mean, at that time, the only time the offers were to go overseas. But even if I stayed here and played the MLS, I probably would have still made more money than I made playing football. Dad never pressured me. It wasn't football wasn't. My dad came home from playing football when I was young. It was never like football, like Monday Night Football. We're watching football. It wasn't like that. He came home. He was dad. He never pressured me. He loved what I loved. And man, I was good at playing soccer, man. Like by my 8th grade, I got an offer to go try out with the national team. I never played any. No, I didn't play state. I didn't go to state. I didn't have regionals. Got offered to come out there, had probably the worst tryout of my life because I was nervous as an 8-year-old. I was at school when I got the call to come try out for the national team. So it was just crazy. And it just didn't excite me, man. It didn't excite me at all. And I didn't know the rules of football, Malik. I didn't know anything. So when I played my junior year, I was just out there. I was playing quarterback. It was sprint out, and I had the option to throw. Half the field was cut off. And if I didn't like it, I just ran. And so I had no clue. So my junior year, we were driving down the field, and I'll never forget, like driving down, the clock's winding down. We get down into like the 20, and I'm in the shotgun, and I'm going like this, and I'm looking at the clock. It gets down to like 10 seconds, and I hike the ball, and I see the clock goes to 0. I heard the horn go off, and I turned around, and I thought the game was over, and 2 dudes came and tackled me and threw me down. I didn't know that I had another play. Yeah, Malik, your boy knew nothing, dog.
This game on. Oh, this game on. You better watch out.
Yeah, my dad. When I got out of the locker room, my dad had this is 90. It's 98. My dad had the remote start on the Lexus. And he just looked at me. And he just pointed like this. Go.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You didn't know that?
How you not know that?
But to see,
I'm out here watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. To see where I got a chance to go in this game and not really have a chance to play from, as a little kid, man, I think that's more of it's interesting story to most people because they don't really know my background, but they just think I played all my life and I never did. So to see where I got a chance to play in Tennessee with the Titans for 2 years, to play in the CFL in Montreal and all these places, NFL Europe, man, the sport has blessed me with not only opportunity, but also friendships that are lasted me a lifetime. And so I'm very, very grateful for the game. And man, yeah. That the first thing was to be a Golden Domer. That was my first option. Things didn't. Everybody do your homework and figure out why it didn't happen, but it worked out for your boy. Sean, I'm gonna need you Monday, dude.
Hey, you know what?
Can we get you again after the game real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now I'll send you the Zoom link. Hey, Malik, man, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for keeping my big brother in check, dog, sometimes, because you know
Yes,
I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it. But
Yo, Johnny S says hello from Jackson, Mississippi.
yo, what's up, man? We coming. Hey, I'm Johnny. We coming back to Mississippi, man. We coming back to Jackson. I'm making a trip. I'm gonna go see my uncle. I'm gonna go see some people that know my pops that are, getting a little bit older, and I want to document their experiences with my father, just so I have it on tape and film, because they have the stories. So I'm making a trip back to Jackson. Jackson is, I would say, my third home, because it goes from Chicago, Miami, then to Mississippi, because I spent so much time there as a kid growing up. And I also want to get back to JSU. My family is really trying to. This is the year I think the relationship and we get back to that. Like we get back to the roots of figuring out, where my dad came from and all the stuff that he did. It started in Jackson, man. That's where he learned how to work. And he brought that to Chicago here with him. And I want to get the backstory of my pops a little bit from people that got a chance to truly know him and tell us like the stories that I don't know about. Cause I feel like I'm always learning more and more new stuff about him every single day. So appreciate you, brothers, man.
Hey, once again,
absolutely.
Jared Payton.
Lucky Lefty, the pod. Look, y'all, congratulations to y'all too, man. Y'all doing it big. Y'all inspiring your boy. I'm going to give me a podcast. I'm going to give me a
There
podcast.
we go.
You know what I'm
There we
saying?
go.
I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what? I got to find me a quarterback. I'm going to call Ken Dorsey. You know what I'm saying?
I actually like that
Doing
pod.
it right.
Yo, JP, we appreciate you, bro.
Hey,
Always
you guys,
love,
I'll
man.
talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Thanks,
Jared Payton.
guys.
Miami's own right here, Lucky Lefty podcast. You already know we spin it different. We spin it different. Yeah, we're gonna hear from a couple of defensive players left, but you know what? Let's do this the right way. We come back, we hear from some defensive players, and then your boy has a special announcement, bro. Got a special announcement I want to put out there to ND Nation. This Lucky Lefty podcast. Stay with us because we spin it different.
What's up, family? The merch shop is finally here. Lucky Lefty Network merch shop. We got it all. From the shirts to the hoodies to the hats to the nitty gritties. Come here right now. Shop with us. Come get the swag, because if anything else, we spin it different. You see the gritty. You see how we get down. It's elite.
Lucky Lefty Podcast, ONORA Boys, Malik, ZAIRE, SHAUN, Davis. Subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. We appreciate it. Leave your comments, questions. We respond to all. Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok at Lucky Lefty Pod. All your edibles each and every day. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network. Players Only Podcast. Get over there and subscribe. Check it. It's a great vibe amongst Notre Dame fans. The excitement about this game is like that. Yes, right. The energy is like that.
Where you watching the game at, by the way? Where is the festivities taking place for Sean SD2 Mics?
The missus asked me if I wanted to do something special. And I told her I'm not jinxing this because I watch.
Yeah.
I watch every game I watch by myself. She was like, "Man, you want me to call? Want me to tell your brother we having food?"
No. I don't want no distractions.
Let me watch in just pure serene.
I don't want to hear nothing.
Just me and the TV.
Yeah. I'll have my wings. I got my wings. I got my game day snacks.
This is just one more game. That's all it is.
Just one more game. That's all it is.
One more game. So, I am pleased to announce as all of you know, I'm a huge supporter, and thank you guys so much. LL Nation Notre Dame fans have been extremely supportive of my daughter Ariel Camille Davis.
That's right.
Her name is her performing name is Ariel Camille. Ari Camille. Ari, where you been? Ari, where you been is her trademark and her brand and her tag on all social media. You guys have supported, downloaded her songs, and sent well wishes, and I'm extremely proud right now. Left to extremely proud.
Dropping some music right now. You about to drop some music?
Nah, left. I'm not gonna drop the music, bro.
I dropped the music. We want it, man. Listen, it's where it starts, man.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure I do this the right way.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, the month of February is big. You have All-Star Weekend, right? It's actually in the Bay this year. That's super dope. You have the Super Bowl. You have the Grammys. You have all types of things, bro, going on. But one of the things for me that's going to be super important is that I want to make sure I can share this, bro. Let me see if I can share this. You guys give me a second, man, because I am really. Oh, I know how to do it. Left, go ahead and talk about what you got going on this week. I know you got some things going on out there in Arizona with the squad. What you working on with the squad?
Yeah, man, honestly, I'm just anticipating the game, man. I think wanting to get the good vibes of what I feel like the breakdown analysis is. Notre Dame gonna go out there on these other podcasts, and just similar to you, I'm gonna watch the game in the serene confines of my home. I'm gonna have my nice ATL style wings. I already got the menu set up just right.
A new sweet chili flavor at Wingstop.
Might have to be on the agenda. Might have to, pencil in that flavor for my wings when and then on top of that, it's just I was thinking about going to Ohio State bar. There's a big Ohio State following out here.
Oh, this troll for real.
Oh,
well,
man,
they might. I don't know. That might be a bar fight. The way you.
They was playing Texas talking to me. I'm like, why y'all talking to me? Y'all got to finish this Texas game. Y'all I ain't coming here talking about Notre Dame. So yeah, I think it's I'm just super excited, man, for the where this podcast have predicted all along that we were going to be in this moment. I don't think anything has changed from our perspective, other than this is the place to be when you want the true evaluation.
That's why I don't understand Ohio State fans. Like, where you come from? Like, dog, he said the same thing about Georgia. He said the same thing about Penn State. Like, where have you been? He said we were gonna beat Georgia by 2 scores. We beat Georgia by
2 scores. Like what?
He said we're gonna beat Penn State. Beat Penn State. We'll get his prediction on Monday. I assume that he's predicting a Notre Dame win. That's just my assumption.
Come on now. This is for the marbles.
Left, coming up for me in the midst of the Grammys, there's nothing bigger. I just gave you 3 big events. The Grammys, the Oscars are coming up in February. You got the Grammys, Super Bowl, All-Star Weekend. None of that compares to February 3rd for your boy. On February 3rd, bro, my baby girl is going to be on season 27 of The Voice.
Let's go.
She auditioned. We'll see if she got some chairs to turn.
Let's go.
On February 3rd. We'll see if she gets the chair turns on February 3rd.
Where you guys? She's going to be on the show.
7:00 p.m. Central Time, bro.
Wait, 7 o'clock. Wait. This February 3rd, 7 o'clock. That's what channel? What channel? That's ABC.
NBC, baby. NBC. So support.
Put the DVR on.
College football fans.
Oh my God! Wait! Hold on! Don't skip over that. We gotta dive in. What song she sing? What happened?
I'm bound by contracts.
Oh, okay, you bound.
I can't. Come on, you trying to get me in trouble? You trying to get my baby
You signed
girl
the
in trouble?
NDA? Good grief.
Come on, left. This big leagues here, bro. Big leagues. I felt like I
You
was saying an NIL deal for a couple of
You
moments.
right. Yeah. Here we go.
You know what I
Look
mean?
at that. Like we asking her for real, where you been? All right.
That's one of Ari, where you been? RBL.
Where you been?
Ari
Yeah.
Camille. Go follow her music right now. Download it. We got some more
Before she
music.
get famous, now he giving you the leg up.
Yeah, we got the
You see it in the show.
we got podcasts coming. We got more music coming. We got merch coming.
This the manager
know.
talking? Hold on, you the manager too?
I'm the lifelong manager. Are you for real? You know what I'm saying? She can have representatives.
Yeah, representative, but I'm the manager.
I'm the lifelong manager. You dig? Myself along with the Mrs. Tiffany Davis, lifelong managers. We are very hands-on.
That's right.
Forever.
Congratulations. That's
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
Wow,
Yes, sir.
that is so cool.
So that's February 3rd.
And she must have tried out amongst
proud.
amongst thousands of people too.
I'm extremely proud, bro.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
I can tell you this. I can share this with you before we get back to some defensive players. Thank everybody. Support.
That is awesome.
I'll put out reminders.
Wait, so it was pre-recorded or is it live or what? Like, how is it? Is it like
Left, you trying to get me in trouble, bro?
that get you in trouble? Oh,
trying to get me in trouble, bro.
hold on now. Wait a minute.
You're trying to get me in trouble. You're trying to get me in trouble, man.
Oh, that's super cool, man. Oh my goodness. How you feel? Is it like, okay, this is really happening?
How do I feel?
Yeah, like what? Like what's
Bruh, let me tell you something. Let's say hypothetically, Monday night does not go my way.
Okay.
Bro, I'm so amped.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is in the national championship, and baby girl is on national TV on February 3rd.
TV.
Getting exposure, bro.
That's right.
How do I feel?
Yeah.
How do I feel?
Yeah.
God is good, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Extremely proud. She graduated from the University of Southern Cal in May. Gets this blessing. And she started grad school at one of the top television and film schools.
Talk about it.
On this past Monday. God is good, bro.
God is good.
God is good.
Climbing the ladder.
All the prayers. I encourage, man, you know, always tell your kids they can do whatever they want to do. I don't care what the current situation is. You can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
That girl would not go to sleep until I prayed over her every night.
That's right.
If I was in the middle of watching a basketball game, baseball game, my wife came and got me. She's waiting for you. And we would pray about her future and her dreams every night. So how do I feel? Bro, if it wasn't for me having some pride,
yeah,
both eye ducts would be like loose right now.
That's great. No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, seriously.
You know, you see the prayers.
It's like it worked.
Of your children, man. And the words that you speak over your children, people, speak over your children's life.
That's right.
Death and life is in the power of your tongue. Speak over their lives. You have that power. Speak into their lives and watch it come to pass. It's real, man. I'm living when they say you living a dream, I'm living a dream. I'm living my words. I'm literally walking in the words that I spoke years ago. Bro, man. Hey, bro. It's real.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to preach today. I didn't intend on preaching.
I mean,
I'm trying to be
okay.
cool.
So wait, are you
going to see? If you want to see me preach, go to NBC TV on
TikTok. You know.
TikTok.
Quick question,
Dr. Word Jr. Yeah. Go ahead. You can ask me questions, and I'll let you know.
It's February 3rd, right?
Yes.
Why are you not in the house when it happens?
Why am I not in the house?
At the place, like, because they got fans there.
You didn't ask me whether or not I was going to be in the house. You asked me where I was watching.
Okay, I was throwing it out there. I didn't know.
You asked me where I would be watching the game. That's what you asked me, right?
Okay, it changed. It changed. Where are you gonna be watching The Voice? That's the question.
I cannot answer that question.
Okay, it's sealed secrecy. I love it. I love it.
Let me tell you this though, and see, you have to be dangerous. I mean, you have to be careful. And you guys, man, please grace us. You know what I'm saying? With a little more time, I promise you, we're gonna finish the show talking about Notre Dame. You have to be careful because as a parent, you have to take accountability for what you speak over your kids. I think I can share this. She tried out for The Voice when she was 13 here in Chicago. When she told me she was trying out for The Voice, because, you know, you have to have multiple, like you have to submit something to even get to this point. So she's jumped over multiple hurdles. But she had just graduated, and I'm like, yo, relax. You know what I'm saying? I was always like the brakes. Like, even when she tried at 13, I was the one like, man, because I'm like, man, I don't want her to get hurt.
Right.
I don't want her to have to feel rejection. And I mean, it was kind of the same thing, even though she's 21 now, it was the same thing. Like, man, I don't want her to feel rejection. But her confidence, bro, and I think her confidence comes from, yo, we just poured into her. You got to be careful when you tell your kids they can do whatever they want to do. You got to be careful because they're gonna bring that right back to you. Like you said, you said, I can do all things through Christ. Yeah, this is what you told me. They put it right back in your face. Yeah. So right now, man, I'm doing all types of crazy stuff, bro. We interviewing PR people, producers, you know, publicists. We manage, you know, I'm the big dog. Let cats know, okay, we bring you in to do this, but we're the big dogs. We get the final say. You don't get the final say. We advocate for our daughter. Man, we're just blessed, bro. Just blessed, man. But thank you for the support. Ari, Camille, on all DSPs, go support the music. More music to come, merch, man. February 3rd, NBC, 7 p.m.
It's going down.
It's going down. Josh Burnham, what's up with this Ohio State offense?
Ton of athletes. They're a really good team, and it's going to be a fun game.
You went up to Mitch Jeter after the game and told him how proud of him you were. I guess, how much has he meant to this program? Obviously, he plays a pivotal part in you guys' success this season.
Yeah, he's been a huge part. I mean, being able to see him during practices throughout the week, just being able to nail field goals no matter where he's at on the field, and then being able to see it in a game. I mean, being able to come up clutch in those clutch situations. It's been awesome to have someone like him around.
Let's do two more here if we got it. You think this defense has learned about itself, especially being the first defense to play 3 games now 4 in the college football history?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like what I keep saying, just like the depth, like you don't have to feel like you're the only guy that has to do it. Being able to rotate every like possession, and just being able to have like the ability to know that your brother's going to go out there and give his all and come out with it. It's been huge.
What you got, Love?
Yeah, you just love to see it, guys. It just feels like they're locked in. They're crediting to what they've seen on tape, and they're not overhyping it or underselling it. I think it's just the last game of the season, man. I mean, we've seen enough tape all year. It's time to play football, and somebody's got to be a champion. And I think you get that sense from the calmness in which we approach this. And nothing is the overwhelming factor of the big boogeyman that seems to be believed by Ohio State fans that they have psychologically. We're like, look, dude, we win this. You put all them other games to the back. You throw all them other games away. We beat you for the chip, the first one under this format, with how y'all got here and how we got here, and what that means moving forward. Because this ain't the peak of a Notre Dame team we're seeing under Marcus Freeman. This ain't the peak. Because there's many spots we can get better in. Many spots I think that we've addressed already in the transfer portal. Many spots that we'll see developed guys that we haven't seen a ton of action this year take another step next year with recruiting. You win the championship, that boosts recruiting, boosts the program, boosts what's going on. So this is the baby, the feeder, the infant stages of a dynasty that Marcus Freeman can run with, in my opinion, the next 3-4 years.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's just the beginning. This is such a beautiful time, man. That's what we've been telling Notre Dame fans throughout this season. Like, please recognize, like, the opening of a window. Like, when Marcus Freeman first took over, we had hope for just one left. Just one. We can wake up Tuesday morning as a fan base saying, let's go back to back. Just think about that, Left. You probably didn't even think about that. Literally, you could wake up Tuesday morning ready to do the show, Left. And as much as you talk, I know you're going to be like, oh, we're going to be back next year. We're going to be right back there next year. You're going to be like, Sean, where is it at next year? What bowl? What location? I'm going. I'm getting my Airbnb. That's crazy. Just in over a little bit of 2.5 years, bro, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. And it's only getting better. It's only getting better. I was talking to 26 kids all week long. Mikael Blade, watching. 27 quarterback Trey Taylor, watching. 26 kids taking notice. Like, yo, I see. I see what it's all about. Deuce Knight, liking all the Notre Dame Instagram posts. Yeah. Yeah.
Can't help it.
Nah, bro. Going to Auburn basketball games when he could have been
talking about where's somewhere good to eat out here. We already gave you the lowdown on where to eat at Notre Dame and South Bend. You ain't gotta ask.
We told you that in the interview you did with us
years ago. You ain't gotta reach out for help because I thought the good relationships would have had that covered.
He could have been practicing eating. I mean, could have been practicing getting better, all that stuff.
I mean, hey, you working backwards in my opinion because you was ahead of the game when we already gave you the food, gave you the what's gonna happen, set up the recruit. I mean, listen, we can lead a horse to water, but can't make him
drink. But you know what they say about money? That money you get doesn't matter what you get. The Word of God says a fool and his money will soon depart. Right now, you're looking a little foolish.
A little foolish.
A little foolish.
A little hungry, too.
That's all I'm saying. With all due respect, Mo, y'all losing way too much to be talking back to back. Y'all ain't doing nothing with that.
Oh gosh.
Y'all went all, you talking about putting all your chips into the table.
Y'all the Rams of 2020.
Y'all go ahead and recalibrate after this season.
Yeah.
Michigan gonna smack y'all again next year.
Again,
I'm saying that. Michigan gonna smack y'all
again.
Because the game is it's up in Ann Arbor.
Ann Arbor, with Bryce Young and all that he got going on. Sharon Moore feeling himself. He like, I'm 3-0.
Justice Haynes in the portal. Tony Alford doing his thing in the portal.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Y'all all in. You win, it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Next year,
y'all couldn't stand the fact that Michigan done cheated y'all and then won. That's why they went all in. That's why they went all in. He said, no, we can't live like that.
I told you the other day, I wish I had a sports team in Chicago that went all in. Just one. None of them do it. I wish I had one sports team.
No, the Bulls do it.
No, they don't. No, they don't. If they were going all in, they would have went all in on the tank to get Cooper Flag. That's the only all in they can do this year. That's it. They just lost to Atlanta Hawks last night. The Hawks, they lost by 13 points at home. The Hawks rested Trey. They rested DeAndre Hunter. They rested 3 starters and beat these dudes by 13 points.
Was Zach playing?
Yes, he played. And Kobe.
Was
Everybody played. No. No. Oh, you don't. No excuse, bro. There was no excuse. None. There was absolutely no excuse. They just stink.
Atlanta might be a playoff team, though. Oh, he might.
Atlanta is a playoff team this year.
Yeah. So,
I saw my boy Ja dunk on Wemby again. The second straight year he just dunked on.
well, I thought it was the first like that. I mean, that was.
You got to go. The first one was last year in Memphis. 2 hands. That was nasty.
Yeah.
Taylor Snead talking about that big play, how he applied the pressure that led to the interception of Christian Gray to seal the deal or to lead to the eventual game-winning field goal by Miss Jeter. He talked about that in a little bit more. This is what Taylor Snead had to say about that.
Play, I told Christian, you better thank me. I was joking though, but it was a great play by him, and just to know that I did it for my brothers and for my team, and we went out there and stopped them, and were able to win the game. So it's really what it means to me, like just being able to win.
What's it mean to be in this game after all you guys have been through, from obviously the loss to all the players that have gone down?
It means a lot, like knowing that we were the embarrassment of college football at one point when we lost to NIU. And now we're coming back bigger, badder, stronger than ever. So we just can't wait for our opportunity to play.
What's it like playing with Jack Heiser and, his leadership and just his ability? What's it like to have a teammate like Jack?
He's great. We say Jack talks a little bit too much sometimes, but he just always is ready to give his insight on something and give you like a better way to do something. He's always trying to find a better way, and like that's one of our things is find a better way to do something, and like that's one of the things that he's great at, I think, is finding a better way to do something. And he's great at like just teaching the young guys too as well. So yeah, I felt like he's just a great role model for like others and for the younger linebackers in our room that want to be captain someday. And yeah.
Yep. Love that kid, man. You talk about somebody that's had a change of attitude. Jalen Snead is a huge asset now. Huge asset from an attitude standpoint, not just from a talent standpoint, a physical ability standpoint. Attitude.
And of course, Jack Kaiser got a lot to say. He done played in 70 games. He got the ultimate insight. And I think that's just the perfect formula for what you need in a team like this, where you have experience on another level. You're not going to find another Jack Kaiser with 70 games of experience. So you mix that with a group of rambunctious linebackers that want to fly around. The gap is filled. The curve is bended, right? You make up for a lot of experience when you have that kind of collection together.
Yep. I agree with you, love. And we're going to get out of here, man. I'm going to play a little bit of Jaden Greathouse. We'll get to some more players. We'll hear from Aeneas Williams tomorrow, more from Riley Leonard, more from Jalen Snead, and others. But we're going to end today's show hearing from Jaden Greathouse talking about the confidence that he got from that Orange Bowl performance.
Yeah, that game was definitely a confidence booster for sure, but, not trying to stay too high on that game and understanding the opponent that we have right now. And, we have a good opponent ahead of us, and, we're in the preparation phase right now and fine-tuning everything. So, we're going to come out ready to fight.
What makes Ohio State such a dangerous opponent?
They definitely have a lot of talent on their roster for sure. They have a really good secondary, and their offense is stacked with full of players, and they're a really complete team. But so are we, and we have a lot of talent on our roster too. So it's definitely going to be a good game.
what can give you an edge in a game like this when they're a defense that has allowed the fewest touchdowns and fewest yards per game all season?
I really just think it comes down to our playmakers being playmakers. I believe in this offense that we have. I believe in the coaches and the staff that we have and the positions that they put us in to succeed. And so they've been doing that all season, and I have no reason to doubt that they're not going to do it this next game.
Do you have thoughts of what took place last year here against Ohio State?
For me personally, just playing in that game, it definitely stings and lingers in my mind for sure. But, as a team, I think we're going to go out there and just try to be the best version of ourselves. And we know that that's going to be what it's going to take to win the game. And that's what we plan to do. We're preparing for it. We're going to leave it all out there, and we're going to be the best team that we can.
Go ahead, Left, as we get out of here. Great confidence by that young man. We've been waiting for that kid to come to the forefront all year.
Yeah, and it's so funny because he was the player of the game and worth talking to now. He might not even be the guy that makes the play in the game in the championship. That just shows you just how anything can happen with this football team where one guy is stepping up, becomes the player of the game. You're expecting him to repeat, and then a guy steps up and makes another big play. Like a Jaden Harrison, return a touchdown in the beginning of the second half. And they interview him. Were you ready for this moment? Yeah, I was ready for this moment. Next game, Jaden Greyhouse, 100 yards or 2 touchdowns. So that type of energy on the team exists where he can go in there and be calm and say, I got my brothers back. They got my back. And that anybody's liable to pop off. It's a dangerous team we're talking about.
Lucky Lefty Podcast. So, thank you for joining us today. Let me get to the super chats, Love. I don't want to forget these. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Super chat from from Lisa Robinson. Thank you so much. Great show, Irish Roll 2421. I'll take it. I got Pilney 35. Great fan of the show. Malik is a loyal son and unafraid of Ohio State and makes great logical points. This team is different from the past ND teams. I think the fan base is so used to being disappointed against this opponent. Yeah.
That's for all them all. This makes up for all them games before. It's nothing else that you should be having anxiety about. I mean, this team has fought this far, and we have everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm. So, for Left SD2 Mics, we bid you adieu. Until next time, Lucky Lucky Podcast. Have a great day. Make sure you spend it different.